What is going on, YouTube? This is Justin with Go Crazy Card Collecting. I wanted to do a little bit different of a video. I'm going out of town this weekend to visit some YouTube buddies. You guys, if you follow my channel at all, you know that I'm good friends with Billy Ballgame, and I'm going to meet some of his crew up there in Missouri. I've talked to them through YouTube and things like that, but excited to meet those guys. And I'm just going to go spend kind of the weekend with him. And he's setting up at a card show this Saturday in Boonville, his hometown. And so I'm just going to hang out with him, spend the night with him, and then spend the night like I'm a little kid. And then we're going to go to that card show and just hang out. And I'm so excited about that. I haven't seen him since I was in high school. It was funny. We were both talking. Yeah, we were both talking about how we both, he was trying to hang on to his hair, and I had a full head of hair still. And now we both have the same haircut. So there you go. It happens. I'm just glad I live in the era where I'm not trying to hold on to that sucker and it's got the whatever. Bald is beautiful these days, right? At least that's what I try to convince myself. But what I'm going to do is, if you follow my channel at all, also, I'm changing jobs. And so, not jobs necessarily, but I'm a band director, high school band director, and I'm headed from one school to another. I'm going, in Arkansas, we have 7 classifications, and I'm going from a 3A to a 5A. And so I'm excited to be moving to a bigger school, to a bigger program. There'll be 4 directors. There's 4 of us, and I get to be a part of a bigger team. I did have an assistant at the school I was just at, and we did some amazing things, accomplished amazing things, got state runner-up in concert band, and did some awesome stuff. But I'm excited for the move. With that, it came up, I had to, if only I edited these things, I had to pack up my office at Perryville. And so when I did that, I was like, you know what? I should do a video where I show all my stuff that I packed up. And so I'm going to do that because I have most of it's Cardinal stuff. Some of it's just odds and ends sports stuff, but I loved having the sports stuff in my office. I don't really have a spot. This is my spot. I'm in my closet. If you didn't know, there's a tie right there. These are my wife's clothes. These are my clothes. But I'm in our master closet, and so I like having a space that I can put some stuff. And it was fun at my school office where the kids could see it and I could see it, and every once in a while they'd get me something to kind of put in there. So I'm just going to kind of go through. I've got a box down here, and I've got a little table over here with some stuff on it. Got a bunch of bobbleheads I'm going to show you. I think it'll be fun. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this deal right here. This is a photo of the 2006 World Champion St. Louis Cardinals. It's got some really awesome, like there's a little David Eckstein right there. I loved him. That's Wainwright over here all the way to the left. So Taguchi, Jim Edmonds, Molina's in here. Pujols, I like how he just kind of shoved himself back in the back. Chris Carpenter. Where is Molina? Oh, he's holding the trophy down here at the bottom. So I love this picture. It's not framed. There's Scott Rowland, Hall of Famer. It's not framed, which is not cool. I need to get a frame for it so that I don't. It's got some wrinkles in it and stuff just from over the years. I've kind of displayed it as is. I did put tape on the back of it and kind of hung it up in the office. But I need to get a frame for that. So love that picture. This right here, I had displayed. This is from my childhood, 1994. And I love this thing. I don't know where I got it. It is a mini bat, but it's bigger than the current mini bats that you get at the stadiums now. But you know, 30-year-old bat from my childhood. Pretty cool. I'm going to have to kind of poke down here and grab stuff every once in a while. I had this as a child. I had this in my room, and I love this thing. This is Bob Gibson statue. They are numbered. This one is 1086. It's from 1990, so I would have been 7 years old when I got this. Pretty awesome. I was not a vintage baseball collector then, and so to have this still now, that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else do I have in this? A student gave me this. He went to a Cardinals game. You get ice cream in these things if you've ever been to a game. It melts within 2.3 seconds, and it's all over your hands and all over your clothes and all over your face. But these cool little mini hats or mini helmets, I love them. Here is a 62 home run commemorative ball. Still, and I've never even taken it out of this package, from 1998. I love this ball. Got it at JCPenney, apparently. So, how about that? Love that ball. Had that displayed. Had a few books displayed. White Rat, A Life in Baseball. Nolan Ryan, Miracle Man. Love this book. It's a great book. White Rat's good too, but it's a great book. I've read all these. Mickey Mantle, The Last Boy, Jane Levy book. Interesting read. The DiMaggios, great book as well. You know, I started reading these books and I'm like, I'm going to make sure I get a playing days card of every book person that I read. And then I read the DiMaggios and I'm like, maybe not. Stay in the Man. It's a great book. An American Life. Read that book. These were all great reads. I know that Joe, Redneck Collector, you love to read books as well. I think it's great. And I've been reading, so right now I'm reading Cobb, which interesting book about a guy who kind of spent the last year of his life with him and that sort of thing. I had some pictures hanging up. This is a Fleer painting. You can still buy these, but I think they were kind of limited. But it's an actual painting. You can kind of see the paint and how it dried. And so I had this hanging up of Mark McGuire. Great painting. A buddy of mine gave this to me. I love it. Love that painting. See, I'll put this back in the book here, or back in this box. What is this? Ah, the Wizard. Not even exactly sure where I got this, but it's great. When I got it out, I had it in storage for a long time. When I got it out of storage, I had to reframe it, but still, farewell to the Wizard. This is from his last season. It's got all his stats on here. Try to get my ring light. Anyway, it's got all his stats on there. Love this deal. I will hang this back up somewhere. And then the last thing in this box is I had this hanging up. Sidney Moncrief. It's autographed right there. This guy is a Arkansas legend, played for the Hogs, went on to play in the NBA for a while. I found this magazine. I was mowing a lawn and they had it, I know this is ridiculous, they had it sitting on top of their trash can. And so, like, they were throwing it away and it didn't have anything on it, like in terms of address or anything like that. So I said, that'll be great. It's got a little tear on the top, but this frame covers it up. And I said, and so I found a way to get it signed. Not exactly the signature I wanted. It's kind of weak, but signed nonetheless. Love it. Had this hanging up. I'm more and more becoming a Razorback fan. I'm from Missouri. I'm a Mizzou fan, but more and more, I'm definitely a Razorback baseball fan. I was never a Mizzou baseball fan. I did like, of course, the Cardinals. So, and the Razorbacks playing in the World Series. Gage Wood, Razorback pitcher, pitched a no-hitter last night. Hit the kid off the foot away from a perfect game. And so, I mean, he's still struggling with that because every time he interviews, he says something about it. So, anyway, then I had a bunch of bobbleheads. I'm going to go through these quickly. Trent Rosenthal, he broke the saves record for the Cardinals. I think like 48 was big on the 2013 World Series team. They did not win that World Series, but Jim Edmonds, Cardinals legend. I made that bat, had to redo that bat. Matt Carpenter, He's just retiring right now. He left the Cardinals for a while, came back. This one always cracked me up. This is Bob Gibson. My kids would always ask me if that was Barack Obama. Not just like, hey, that's probably a Cardinal. No, why do you have Barack Obama bobblehead? I could kind of see why they think that. It's kind of funny. Try not to let these drop. This one's really cool. Harry Carey. It's an old bobblehead. Love this. My assistant band director got me this at Perryville, and he had to do a little bit of work on it and kind of fix it up a little bit, do some things on it, and I will treasure that forever. Ted Simmons, Hall of Fame catcher. Awesome, awesome. Willie McGee. He's a coach for the Cardinals now, but he's a Cardinals legend. 85 MVP. This is called a gnome, a bobblehead gnome. Goldschmidt. Now a Yankee, about to be an all-star again, doing a great work over there. This is his MVP after his MVP season. David Freese, hometown hero. World Series savior. If you haven't looked that up, go look that up. Did some awesome things in the World Series. My kids got me this one. It's called a Bobble Belly. He bobbles right here. But they really love the mascots. And so that's kind of something that we connect on. And so they thought, I don't know if it might have been my birthday. I don't know if it was my birthday or Father's Day, but they got me this last year, and I love it. I love it. It came with the ticket from the game it was from. And then this one's different. It's a Texas Ranger because we went to this game last year. Nathaniel Lowe. He was a Gold Glove in 2023. It's his Gold Glove bobblehead. And they were giving these out, and we actually didn't get one. And there was someone who said, "Is this your daughter?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Would she want this bobblehead?" "Yes." Well, then she gave it to me, which was really, really sweet of her. So I have this bobblehead that I will treasure. I have a couple signed baseballs that I had displayed in my office. This was all in my office. This is Dick Hughes from 67 World Champions, Cardinals. He was in the rotation with Gibby and Carlton. Ozzie Smith, Hall of Fame 02. Those are the only two autograph balls that I have. I don't have a lot of room for that. They take up a lot of real estate. I do have these World Series rings. $1926. It's funny to see, this is the 2011, 1926. It's funny to see how much they've changed. 82, this is the Ozzie Smith ring. So 1982. Nerding out with cards. I hope you're watching this. Figure you might like some of this stuff. This is really fun. The 67. What's cool about this one is when I met Dick Hughes, the pitcher that I just talked about, he actually let me hold and put on his real 1967 World Series ring, which is pretty cool. First World Series ring I've ever seen. But there's a replica. I got these and I'm like, I'm going to get them all. And there's I need 7 more. Every time I get $20 and can get one, I want to buy a baseball card and not a ring. So that kind of went stale. Maybe I should ask for that every time we have a birthday or a Father's Day or something like that. By the way, my Father's Day, happy Father's Day to all you guys out there, fathers out there. My dad left when I was little, so I didn't have Father's Day growing up, so I didn't celebrate that. And it's a very emotional, meaningful time for me now, and my kids make it that way every year. My wife makes it that way every year, and it's just a special, special thing for me. So Anyway, Father's Day is a big deal. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. I did this. I thought this was cool. Bob Euchre. This is not an actual card. It's looks like a 65, but someone made the card based off of this picture. And I watched this story. He picked up this sousaphone, which is a tuba that John Philip Sousa created that you can put around your body and use in marching band. And they used to have bands at the stadiums that would play before the game and things like that. And they were warming up, and he went over there and thought it would be funny to go grab it, and he was shagging fly balls with it. So he was running around catching fly balls. They took this picture of him, but he got in trouble and got fined. I don't remember how much money he got fined, probably like $150 or something. But they did make a card of it. Somebody did. And I just thought it was cool. I love it. As a band director, there are lots of pictures. There's one of Babe Ruth playing a saxophone and different things, like one with Lou Gehrig holding his ears while Babe Ruth's playing the saxophone. Very cool stuff, and I want to try to get some of that stuff. There's actually a card of that. I think it's a Stadium Club card. Shout out to Redneck Collector again, who loves those. Then this right here. Listen, I know I fanboy over somebody. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's kind of a one-year thing. He got injured and never was able to play again. But when you meet somebody and you have kind of access to them to sign some things for you, and they played in the major leagues in vintage era with some Hall of Famers, and I mean, maybe the greatest Cardinals team of all time in 67. And so, I don't know. Like, there's me and Dick Hughes right there. There he is. Sign that for me. Put scripture reference down there. Very kind. He asked if I would want that, and I said yes. And so he put that down there. To Justin, best wishes, Dick Hughes. He said, he just stared at that for a while, and I said, what are you looking at? He said, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm thinking, what Tim McCarver's probably doing and I'm thinking about. He said, obviously I'm thinking about something. So that's kind of cool to think. Trying to figure out where to put this stuff. Now, this was kind of a cool connection that I had at Perryville. So at Perryville, they have a graduate from there. His sister actually still works there on staff. She's a teacher. And his nieces and nephews are there. But he played basketball there and kind of a legend at Perryville. Perryville's a small school. And wanted to be a Razorback, and they overlooked him during Nolan Richardson and that era and those years. So he went to Ole Miss. Played at Ole Miss. Here's a picture of him. Keith Carter playing at Ole Miss. Here's another picture of him playing at Ole Miss. I'm missing a picture. I don't know what I did with it. Do I have it? Nope. Well, anyway. Oh, no. Never mind. Here it is. And then here's also Keith Carter, who is now the Ole Miss athletic director. So he came. He only has one card ever because he didn't go to play he played overseas and stuff, but didn't play in the NBA. He is the Ole Miss. I'm not an Ole Miss fan, even kind of remotely, but it's still a pretty cool connection. They dedicated the court to him. And so when he came back, the band played and we played the fight song and all this stuff, and he signed some stuff for me, which was really, really awesome. And so I had those things. And then I had this up. Orbit. A buddy of mine that I'm in Sunday school class with was like, I went to college with him, with the guy who's Orbit. I said, really? You know, my kids that's their favorite mascot, him and Philly Fanatic. And I said, do you think that we could so he texted him and he gave us an address, and we sent a care package to him, and he sent a whole thing back, which was pretty, pretty awesome. My kids absolutely loved that. And so I'm the only one who got one that just says Orbit. They all got like a bunch of stuff on it. They had just won the World Series, which was really, really cool. And so he put some of those things on their cards, World Series champs and all that stuff. But I thought you guys might enjoy that. I just wanted to show you. Hopefully I'll have some cards after this weekend. Hopefully we'll do some filming this weekend, and I can hang out with my buddy Billy, and going to meet Chris and some other guys. And so I'm pretty excited about that, and just hanging out with those guys. I know this was a little different, and it was just kind of all over the place, and you kept seeing my head disappear and come back and all that. But I couldn't figure out. I'm in my closet, man. So I have this tiny little table over here, and everything else is in the floor, and I'm just having to pick it up and show you. So I hope you enjoyed it. I just hit 400 subscribers, which was awesome. I know it's been slow going, but I've been trying to transition jobs and different things like that. It's kind of bare up here because I've been looking through some stuff, trying to figure out different ways to collect and things, and kind of organize my collection, because I'm all over the place. Billy and I talked about that, and that's probably, aside from recap of my weekend and stuff, I'll do a video of that pretty soon. So have a good one. Go crazy card collecting. I love you guys. I really do. I love this community. And I love everything about it. I know there's some bad things about it too, and those things. So John, Nerding Out with Cards, I told you I would do this video. Hopefully you watched, and you enjoyed it. So a lot of Cardinals stuff. Redneck Collector, you as well. The Cardinals Mafia and that sort of thing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll just keep rambling here at the end. Bye.